Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another World Tour video. That's right, I don't break all of my promises, just most of them. Like 90% of them. I have a 10% success rate. That's pretty good for me though. So the last one of these videos that I did was my house world tour, which I will leave a link for in the description just in case you guys missed it and wanted to see it. Pretty well received video, you guys really seem to enjoy it, and that's why I'm making this one. As a matter of fact, at the end of that video, and don't worry, I don't expect any of you guys to make it that far. It was like 25 minutes, 30 minutes in. I don't expect you to make it this far in a video. What are we at, a minute? Anyway. At the end of that video, I said that I was going to start making World Tour videos more regularly. I was going to make a brand new world, which this is. This is Creative World number 3, by the way, guys. That's what the title of this world is called. And in those videos, I was going to basically just tour my brand new worlds, Creative World 3, and I was going to do it every week, or maybe every couple of weeks. It kind of depends how much stuff I get built in that time frame. I mean, sometimes I can build a lot of stuff within a week, like a month's worth of stuff in a week, and sometimes I just don't build very much at all, so it kind of differs. So, you know, maybe one week I do a World Tour video, and maybe the next one comes 2 weeks after. Who knows, maybe it'd be one every week for a month, and it kind of just changes. And what this world is, it's basically just a culmination of all of the new stuff that I've been making. Houses, statues, pick slot, anything that I might delve into. I've thrown it all in one world, and the objective is just for, you know, like I said, maybe every week, maybe every couple of weeks. Who knows how the schedules is gonna go? Talking like Smeagol. How the schedules is gonna go. You know, we'll kind of see, and we'll just take a look at the stuff that I'm building, and it allows me to just rattle on like I have been for the past couple of minutes, and everybody's happy. You guys get to see some new stuff, I get to talk about it, and everybody wins. Plus, it also means that you guys get to see stuff that you probably wouldn't otherwise see. Like, the past few houses that I've just been touring, you know, kind of just been circling around as I've been talking about, you might not see them otherwise. I mean, this house you have seen, or you should have seen. You might have seen. It's in the tutorial playlist. I uploaded this a few weeks ago. This is like Quartz House number 9. If you guys want to see this house, if you like this house, if you want to make it for yourself, tutorial on the channel, just search for the house playlist and you'll find it very near the bottom. But these two houses, for instance, you'd probably never see this house, and it's not that there's anything wrong with it. It's a fine looking house. It's a pretty good looking house in my opinion, but it's a little too similar to one of the houses that I've made in the past, so you guys probably won't be seeing this. It's kind of a really weird shape, but it's a little too similar. Same thing goes for this house, although I'm a little unsure about this one. I mean, it's a nice house and I really like it. Again, very similar to another house that I've made, but is it different enough? You guys see what I mean? Sometimes you just never get to see some of these houses, and that's something that I realised whilst I was touring my house world, you know. You guys may never get to see some of the weird creations that I've made, including this. You guys would never know that I have intermittently, throughout the past year, been trying to make a functional, good-looking, working prototype of the chum bucket. By God, guys, this thing is difficult to make and make it look good. It is just such an absolute nightmare. Have you guys ever tried to make the chum bucket for yourselves? All of the other houses that I've made, SpongeBob's house, Patrick's house, Squidward's house, Mr. Krabs' house, those are child's play in comparison to the chum bucket. For whatever reason, I cannot get this thing looking good. I mean, I have the general shape of the chum bucket down. It's just, I can't make it look good. Like, the handle on the top doesn't look good. I can never make the fist look right. By the way, I've not put that much effort into the fist as you're looking. That's kind of just like a general shape of it, but for whatever reason I can't make that look good. The entrance to it, it just doesn't look good. I mean, that needs a lot of work putting into it, and maybe one day I'll actually, you know, something will like click in my head and I'll be able to make the chum bucket. But, you know, otherwise, if I don't do videos like this, you'll never know that I do actually try and make some of these suggestions, and I just don't come out with it. Maybe one day I'll actually manage to make it and, you know, figure out what to do, but for now, we're kind of just stuck with the prototype. Like I said, general shape's good, but I don't know. Maybe one day. That's a chum bucket. Maybe coming soon, maybe coming whenever. This house, this is the first creation that I made in this world. This is like my brick house number 6, something like that. It's much more like a manor than a house really, but you guys can find this on the channel. Very nice house, I really like it, very big, very tedious to make, I will say though. There's definitely a lot of work that has to go into this house. I think even with the plans and what have you, I think it at least takes like 40 minutes just because of how much effort that you have to put into placing all of the blocks. But it is a nice looking house, and it looks even better with a courtyard, and a garden. Courtyard. Nobody says courtyard. Do you guys see why I have to edit my videos? I would look like a complete lunatic. I'm barely literate. I can't speak. Or at least that's the impression that you'd get from these videos. I can speak English, I promise. It's even my first language, which I'm a little ashamed to say. But yeah, you guys can find this house on my channel if you want. Just look in the house tutorial playlist. I think it's brick house number 6. Nice house. Really like it. Now on to a couple of prototype houses. I kind of wanted to make a pyramid house. And this is kind of what I came up with. It kind of... I don't even know what it looks like. It's kind of just weird. It didn't turn out well whatsoever. The pyramid house was a bust. There's just no detail in the house, and it's just, I don't know. Maybe I kind of really wanted to make a pyramid house, and for whatever reason, I can't get it looking good, so I had to skip out on this idea. Although I really do like the premise, it just doesn't look good in practice. Like, I didn't even get far enough into the idea to like add in doors and windows and stuff. I just knew that no matter how much preparation and work I put into it, there's nothing that you can do to make this look like a good house, so I kind of skipped it. Although, it did lead me on to my next house. What I decided to do was take that pyramid and put it on top of a house. Well, not a house, but on top of like a ground floor, and it did actually make the house look really good. I think this is like the next to last house that I made. I think this is like brick house number 7, and this is a really nice looking house. Again, another house that looks really, really, really good when the garden's added. I kind of went for like a brick cottage in the woods, if that makes any sense, sort of theme, and there was like flowers, and there was like the garden that surrounds the house, and the hedging's all kind of like, I used mossy stone and I used like bushes and stuff to decorate the house, and it actually looks really cool. This house is really easy to make, and it's really worth making. It's a really nice house. I really like this. So you see, sometimes the premises, you know, they don't really take you where you want them to, but it ended up with this house, and it's a really nice looking house. I like this house. You can find this on the channel. You shouldn't have too many problems. House playlist again. I'll throw it in the description of the video just in case you guys want it. This house, I only made the framework for this, but I know that this is going to make a good looking house. So you guys can see where I've kind of gone. I've got like an L shape for the actual house, but the idea is that this is kind of going to be like a porch where this roof overhangs, and when the house is actually built up, let me put the UI on so you guys might be able to tell what I'm talking about. When the house is actually built up, we'll use gravel, it doesn't really matter. Like this roof here that starts at the end of the porch, it's going to like build up and build up and build up, and the roof is kind of like just going to like all meld into one. I know that it doesn't look as though it will right now, but eventually I'm going to have like a house that just like all melts together like this, and I might even raise up the back end of the house here. I might like have a separate room here, if you guys can imagine it. Kind of like the room will connect there, but then that is gravel. But then it'll all connect together here, and the roof will keep on going, and obviously I can't use gravel to express it, but if you guys can imagine, like the roof is going to start like right at the base of the house, and it's kind of just going to like build up and up and up, and just go like all the way up to the top of the house, kind of like an arrow or something, if you guys can see. And I don't know, I just, for some reason in my head, that seems like a really cool idea. So that's just a premise for a house that I have at the moment. I haven't really got too far with it, but it's a pretty cool idea, I think. Moving on, so that's the houses taken care of. I built those all in a row for whatever reason. I don't know why, so let's skip on to the next row where I have some statues, some pixel art, some stuff like that. This row won't take too long, I don't have too much to say about pixel art and statues, because, I mean, obviously, you know, what is there to say, but this is my Korra statue that I decided to make to commemorate the ending of the series The Legend of Korra. Pretty nice looking statue, very detailed. You can actually find her on the channel, probably won't have too many problems. Just type in Korra, K-O-R-R-A, just search the channel for her. if you're interested in the Avatar series in any sort of capacity, Last Airbender, or like I said, The Legend of Korra. I was more of a Last Avatar man, to be honest with you, but I did enjoy The Legend of Korra. It was pretty good. Nice looking statue though, very true to the actual character. All of the details you'd actually find in the cartoon on the character, you'll find on the statue right here. You know what, I should actually make some more Avatar stuff. I really loved The Last Airbender. It was probably my favourite anime or cartoon or whatever you'd class it as. I don't know. I know guys really get upset when, you call anime cartoons or, the inverse, but I don't know, it's all the same stuff to me. I enjoy it regardless. So, Korra's statue, you can find her on the channel, no problems. Nice looking statue. This is a work in progress. This is my horse statue. I started making this guy. I think this was like the second thing that I made in this world, and I think he's almost done, to be honest with you. He might even be done. Obviously, I like to make all of the mob statues and what have you, and since horses got added, and, with them getting added, it kind of made it easier to make. I literally put this guy in a pen and kind of just like, looked at him for proportions and what have you, but, yeah. In my quest to make all of the mobs and NPC statues and what have you, I have the horse. I think he's done. I did struggle with him a little bit, actually, because the body's not so hard to make, but the neck and the head and the face, kind of hard to make look good, to be honest with you, but I think I've pretty much got him cracked. You guys can probably expect to see this guy sometime within the next couple of weeks. I might make the ghast first, but I'm not entirely sure, but horse statue, looking pretty good. You'd probably see something almost identical to this unless I made a white one or a black one. It'd either be like pure brown, pure white, or pure black, depending upon my mood that day, but it'd be one of those. Can't find him yet, but going to do a tutorial for him soon in the future. Ignore that. This is... That's not relevant. Why does my phone go off in every single goddamn video? I need to start turning it off. This is another Avatar creation. This is the Fire Nation emblem, or the insignia or logo, whatever you want to call it, from the Avatar series. I did both. I actually did the one that you'd see more in the series that's kind of like on flags and on armor and stuff. A little too big. If I actually make a tutorial for this, there isn't one yet, I'd scale it down to make it a little bit more manageable because it doesn't really need to be that big. And if I was to do the Fire Nation one, I'd probably do the others. But again, I don't know about the Avatar. I don't know whether people are that interested in seeing any of the Avatar stuff, although this was a direct suggestion from the comments, so what do I know? But we'll see. It'd also need tweaking ever so slightly. It's not 100% finished. This is also the Fire Nation emblem logo, except it's kind of more like an old-timey version. I found this on Google. They're both like the same logo, except, they're both completely valid, if you guys know what I'm saying. Like, it's an alternate. Like, this is more of like an old-timey version of it, and that's kind of like the new updated. I like this one a little better just because it has a little more colour and it's a little bit more detailed, but again, I appreciate that one just because, I don't know, it looks cool. Again, no tutorial for that, but you never know. If I do one, I'd probably do all four, so we'll see. Coming on to a YouTuber statue, we have popular MMOs here. Rocking the Arthur skin from World of Warcraft. That's half of why I made this. I've never done anything World of Warcraft related, and this is kind of like, it's kind of like a double. Like, I get both World of Warcraft and I get to make a YouTuber at the same time. He's using the Arthas, the Lich King skin. Very nice looking statue. I might need to tweak the colours ever so slightly. Like, I'm not sure that light grey works, but you don't have too many options. I mean, you can use some of the clay to compensate for some of the colouring, but I do kind of like it. Maybe my issue is just the legs. The legs are a little weak, so I might have to tweak those, but he might very well be the next YouTuber that I do. If not, he'll be, sometime in the very near future. Popular MMOs / Arthur's Lich King skin. This little guy, my old pal the Ewok. I'm actually using the skin right now, that's how much I like him. Look at him. Can I get a side by side? The controls are reversed. Yeah, there you go. I absolutely loved the skin, so I decided to make a statue for him. I wanted to do quite a few Star Wars statues. In the end, I've only done 4. I've not made a tutorial for them. I've only done 1, which is Yoda. But I think that I'm going to make and post a tutorial for this statue because I really do like him. I love Ewoks for whatever reason. You either love or you hate them, and I'm in the camp that loves Ewoks. I don't know, they're adorable little bears, they make funny noises, that's all you have to do to amuse me. So, I'll probably end up making this guy. Not a tutorial for this guy yet, but odds are I'll probably end up doing him. I decided to do 2 Reddit logos. I was thinking, what logos have I not done that that exist on the internet? Like I've done Instagram, I've done YouTube, I've done Google Chrome, I've done Android, Apple. I've done loads and loads of logos, and I was thinking, well, what can I do? So I literally typed in like social media logos, and there's quite a lot that I've not done, but a lot of them are simple. But one that I came across, and I do like Reddit quite a lot. The Reddit logo, little alien. There's actually a tutorial for him on the channel, the one on the right. The one on the left you'll never see, because he's a little bit too simple. And, well, he's just too simple, and, when you've got the superior version standing right next to him, why bother making both? Although I did. You can find him on the channel if you like Reddit, or if you just like the logo, if you're a collector of logos. Some of you guys seem to be. I've been reading comments, and you guys seem to have, like, Christ. One guy had like 200 or 250 logos in one world alone. It's crazy. So, tutorial for him on the channel, just in case you want it. Only got a couple of things left to show you, literally just a couple. We have the Syndicate Project right here, the Syndicate Project Minecraft skin, zombie in a suit, very nice looking statue. I actually have a tutorial for him up on the channel as we speak. You can go and find him, no problem whatsoever. Really love this statue, just as I love all of my statues. For whatever reason, I've started getting back into making YouTubers, and I'm just making my way down a list. I have a literal list of them. I have a notepad on my computer, and I'm just working my way through them. But yeah, Syndicate statue. I'll be making him sometime in the near future. And right here we just have the G out of Google, like the actual like Google logo, which I will do sometime in the near future. I'll do the Google logo because I've never done it. And that pretty much wraps up all I have in this world so far. I only have 2 complete rows. Well, they're not even complete. I mean, some of the rows, there's a little extra room and what have you, and not all of the stuff's done in the row, but yeah, there you go. That's my first tour of my creative world free. When I've decided that I've built enough in this current world and I'm going to be building all of my stuff here, maybe in a week's time, maybe in 2 weeks' time, who knows, I'll come back and I'll show you guys what's new and I can talk about it, can show you guys maybe what you've missed on the channel, maybe some stuff that's cool but you'll just never get to see because of, I don't know, reasons, and we'll take it from there. So, thanks for listening to me ramble for God knows how long, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.